Welcome to Numbers Simplified. In this channel, we seek to simplify and solve numerical problems. We're still continuing with the financial mathematics series, and today we'll be looking at hire purchase. This is part 4, and make sure to check out all the other parts prior to this. And of course, subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our future uploads. It could be in the financial mathematics series or any other series. Make sure to check out all the other playlists that we have thus far. These are mathematical playlists, but very soon we might expand to other statistical series. Have you ever wondered how other people are able to pay for expensive items way beyond their incomes? Of course, one way is through hire purchase. But what is this hire purchase thing? This is when the buyer pays a part of the price of the item, a deposit, and the balance in a specified number of installments with interest. A note: the interest charged is on the balance that is left only, and not the deposit. With that information, let us have a look at example 1. A large flat screen TV costs $999, and Josh agrees to pay $100 deposit and 12 monthly installments of $100. A. Calculate the total amount of interest Josh will pay. And of course, the solution. The total amount of interest is given by the total installments paid minus the cash price minus the deposit. That is to say that from the installments that are going to be paid up, so the whole amount, we subtract the cash price, we subtract the deposit as well, we are going to be left with that amount which is known as the interest. Because in short, it is the money you are paying for the money you did not pay for the item. Great then, so the total installments paid, this is 12 months. So now for each month, we are told, or rather we see that the payment is $100. So after everything has been said and done, after all the payments, the total installments will amount to $1,200. Then this means that the interest is going to be that amount that was paid in installments minus the cash price of $999 minus the deposit. And take note, the cash price and the deposit are in the same parenthesis because we are going to find what remains from the difference of the two. So simplifying that, we are going to get 1,200 minus 899, and that will give us 301. This is the amount the buyer is paying for not paying off all the amount that they were meant to pay for the item. So this is like the interest of paying after some time. Great then, so now let's move on to part B, the interest rate. And recall from our video part 3, this is in the financial mathematics playlist, we covered interest rate. I is equals to PRT all over 100. And in our case, the interest we know is $301. The principal, which is the balance left, is $899. This is the balance left after the deposit was paid. Then we're looking for the R, which is the interest rate, times the time taken. Remember, the time is given in years usually, and that is 1 year. Right, we simplify that. That is to say, multiplying both sides by 100 to clear the fraction on the right-hand side, we are going to get the 301 becoming 30,100. And what we had on the left-hand side is 899R. So we shift that one to the left-hand side because it's easier to have the unknowns on the left-hand side. With that then, solving for R, we are going to divide through what? By 899, so that we get the answer of 33.4%. So that will be the rate of interest charged for this hire purchase. Great then. So we are going to look at the second question. Question number 2. A second-hand car is advertised for $15,575 in cash, or a $1,600 deposit and 24 monthly payments of $734.70. What is the difference between the cash price and the higher purchase price? Now, the solution. The higher purchase price, we know that it would be the sum of the deposit and the total of the installments. The deposit is $1,600 plus each installment of $734.70 times the 24 months that the buyer would have to pay off this balance. Now, with that, we see that we are going to get the value of $19,232.80. Great then, so the difference between the cash payment and the higher purchase payment is going to be the higher purchase, because this one is always high, it includes interest, less the cash price. Now we know the higher interest was $19,232.80 minus the cash price of $15,575. Getting the answer there, we are going to get $3,657.80. That is to say that if you are going to pay for the car in cash, it will be way cheaper than purchasing it at higher purchase. And this is the difference in a space of 1 year, or rather 2 years, because it's 24 months. That's my bad. Now let's move on to part B, the total amount of interest. So the total amount of interest, we know that this is total installments paid less the difference of the cash price and the deposit. So we have this in its own pair of parentheses or brackets. So now we are going to substitute. We know that the total installments paid are 24 installments times the $734.70 for each month. And this would give us a total of $17,632.80. Now the total interest becomes that $17,632.80 minus, in brackets or parentheses, $15,575 minus the deposit of $1,600. So simplifying further, we are going to get $13,975, which we are going to subtract from the total installments paid in 24 months. And that would give us $3,657.80. So now we have obtained what the interest is, but now we are going to find what the simple interest formula is. Rather, we know what the simple interest formula is, and that is the one that we are going to use to find the rate at which the interest was charged per year. So now from the formula, I is equals to PRT is equals to over 100. We substitute for the I, the interest, which is the $3,657.80, and also the principal of $13,975, and the time, which is 2 years. Remember, our time is given in years, all over 100. So we can multiply both sides by 100 so that we get That is 365,780 on the right hand side. And on the side where we had the R, we would have 27,950 R. And that would give us the interest rate of 13.1%. So if you have made it thus far, I say congratulations to you. And I leave you with the following task. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Write in your questions and your answers in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching Numbers Simplified. And remember, God loves you.